Hi, it's Sandra Bellamy from Quirky Academy. Welcome to this video, which is the first on my channel other than the introduction. I'm so sorry it's taken me so long to get a video up for you guys. I was preparing to speak in London at a conference and that sort of took over, and I thought it's much better to wait till I've finished at the conference back home and can help you guys out and go through what I do on social media, etc., to really help you understand the tools I use and how to use them. As you know, in any business, if you're not online and you're not seen now online, you haven't really got a business. It's essential you get your voice out there and your business out there in front of people so that they know that your business is alive, basically. Depending on what business you do as well, it's also good to get in person, out and about to conferences and speak in places if you can, and network with people or just tell people about yourself and what you do. It's all good. The whole mixture is good. So something I use for posting to all my pages on Facebook, I must have at least 14 business pages. Yeah, I have multiple domains. I get a bit domain obsessed sometimes, I think. But when you see a good name, you're like, that'll go with that, that'll go with that, that'll come in handy for the future, even if not right now, because I'm always sort of thinking 5 years ahead. Then that's sort of how I've got to the stage I'm at now. So I was managing all those pages manually for a long time, and I was manually trying to post 2 posts every single day to all those pages. As you can imagine, doing that, you're not going to be very productive doing much else. So there's a scheduler in Facebook. So basically, if you've got business pages, you can actually go in where you would normally post, go to post, and then you can actually use the timer to schedule when you post, so you don't have to you don't have to pay for a social media auto poster, but it is still advisable, because otherwise, you're forever uploading individual posts. It takes a lot of time. Whereas with some social media posting tools, you can auto post. You can put them on something called evergreen, which means they have a cycle and they cycle through again and again and again, so that you don't have to keep repeating the same post over and over again. And this is great if you've got posts that are very popular, ones that are shared a lot. If people share your particular post a lot, it's obvious they like them and they want to see more of that type of thing. So basically, I've been using something called Promo Republic as well. But the problem with Promo Republic is it does a beautiful calendar schedule, but you have to create all the posts individually, which is great, but they don't really have it on evergreen. They've got a way that you can repost the post, but you have to go through, at the moment, you have to go through every single post and repost the post, which is not very helpful. But in Promo Republic, you can create individual posts, and Social Bee you can't. So the two work hand in hand. So you can't create posts in Social Bee from scratch. You can't create images and put words on images, for example, in Social Bee. It's more of a facilitator of posts. So, and you can incorporate RSS feeds. It is a brilliant tool. It is absolutely amazing. So basically, I create images in Promo Republic, and I was scheduling them there. And just this, we're July 2018 now, and I've never actually put those posts in Social Bee before, because I didn't feel I had enough. But I've got 100 quality images that I know, the majority of which at least are very, very popular, and that if I publish them again and again, people aren't going to be too worried because they like them. And also, having 100 means I'll be covered for at least a month if I'm posting 2 a day to all my pages. Now, the good thing about Social Bee is, although you can't create the images in Social Bee, you can actually create categories for every single page you have. And once you create the categories for each page you have, you can then schedule them. But with the categories, you have to upload the images to each of the categories for the individual pages if you want to shuffle them around so they all get spread out. So in other words, that your followers won't see the same post again on the same day very often, because you've shuffled them. So let me show you how I do that. So this is Social Bee dashboard, and as you can see, I've got all my profiles connected to it. Now I need to create a category. So depending on what price plan you have, you need to actually create categories for your post to then be scheduled in the Social Bee scheduler. So I've got a special deal with Social Bee, so I'm able to have unlimited categories because I paid extra for that privilege. So I'm on categories, and this is like loads and loads of categories I have, but I need to create a new one where I'm just posting anything in that category, which are questions and fun things, and I need it to just go to my inspiration inspired page, for example. So first of all, I need to create the category quotes, questions and fun, Quirky Academy for Twitter. Now I've done that, so I don't need to go through that again. So all I do is delete that bit, and then I can just type in inspiration, which is another one of my pages. Inspiration inspired. And what I've done is I put it on evergreen. So this means any quotes and images or anything I upload to this category will be on a cycle. So once it's posted, it will then go on a cycle again. Evergreen means the posts will be recycled, while share once means they will be removed after they are shared. So you can choose whichever option you want. I've also chosen this one to be a random category because it's quotes, questions and fun. So it doesn't matter when it goes out. You know, it can go out at any time of day, any day of the week, 365 days a year. It doesn't matter. So you've got some advanced settings down here, which I don't touch, but it's if you want short links and things like that. But I usually put wording on a lot of my images, so it means I don't have to write separate wording, although you can sometimes go up higher in search, organic search, if you do write words on there. So it's something that if you've got time, I would advise to write a few words as well as put in an image whenever you can. But as I need quickness and speed at the moment, I'm going to go for creating the category and then just adding the images. So here you see quotes, question and fun, inspiration, inspired. Now this, as you can see, there's not posts in there at the moment. You know, you can edit, you can do delete, or you can do bulk editor. Now what you want to do is, now you've added the category, you want to add content to it. But if you want to import multiple images, you need to go to Social Bee's menu that says content up here. So you've created the category in categories. Now, so this is a category here. So now you go here and you click import media, and this is how you're able to bulk upload media. Now I then need to find which profile this goes to. So as I want it specifically to go for inspiration inspired, I need to look down here, but I know just from looking at the picture that it's this one. So I click on that one. Ideally, it's best if you have different pictures for your different profiles. You'll notice some of my pages have just got the same picture, which I need to change that. So basically I come down and I need to find that category that I've just created. So I created inspiration inspired. Now you'll notice I got Facebook or Twitter after these categories, and I forgot to put Facebook at the end. And it's a good idea to put Facebook in case you create a separate category for your Twitter account and you've got Twitter actually connected as well. So inspiration inspired, I can edit that category later if I want to. Then all you do is you have to click on here to add the photographs, and then you have to select them from your downloads if you've downloaded the pictures already. So I downloaded them last night, amongst everything else that's on here. You'll see I've got quite a lot of images, and yeah, so basically I downloaded a load last night, and these are what I downloaded. So I know there's just under 100 images that I need to put in here. So in order to select multiple images to use the bulk uploader, you have to press Command CMD on a Mac and hold it down while you click on the images you want. I think on a PC it's Control and click. So I'm just clicking through. No, I don't want that one. So see, the others are still highlighted, see, but you have to keep your finger on the command or control key, because if you don't, it won't work. And if you've got two of the same sort of image, maybe you've changed the where the text is, etc., you can upload them both, because you can shuffle them anyway. If they're a popular one, you can repeat them. But I'm not going to do that at the moment. I'm just going to click through the individual ones. And something that's really good that you can do quicker is your arrow key. Sometimes that can be quicker than a mouse, but obviously if you have got double images and you don't want them, then you have to manually click off them. So in order to not make them highlighted, you have to click them so they go off again. See, it's not highlighted, so it's not selected, and click back on it if you want that. See, I've got double here, so I don't need double necessarily. So, and then you can just go like this really, really fast if you want, but then you can end up getting ones like that, which is to do with something else are relevant and they are right for the page, because I downloaded them here so that I can then upload them to Social Bee. So it is a bit of a process. It can take a while. And if you're doing this, so I've got about 14 Facebook pages. If I'm doing this, I've got to do it 14 times for every single page I've got. And then I need to shuffle them so people are not seeing the same image all the time, which can, if people have liked all my 14 pages and they just see the same post, can get a bit boring for them, even if they like the post, because they'll be like, oh yeah, they're just sort of copying the other page. It can become quite noticeable after a while. So you don't really want that if you can help it, but that's what happens with Promo Republic a lot of the time. I love Promo Republic. It's an amazing tool. And I've given feedback to them quite recently that you need to be able to have more evergreen and posts, posts that you can use over and over again without individually having to select them all the time, which is what you currently have to do. And that you need to be able to have an evergreen cycle where it's just repeating on there, as well as so they need an evergreen cycle on Promo Republic, and they need to be able to mix the posts up, which you can't currently do. The only way you can do it is by posting some posts in the scheduler further on than the other page. So in other words, you do each page is about 3 days in advance of each other, so that you're not copying. But that's just so time consuming. When you've got business, you don't really want to be doing that. I mean, you're giving a lot of stuff here for free. You're helping people, inspire them, and giving them thoughts for their day for free. You want to get something, you want to do that in the shortest possible time, so it's good for them and it's good for you. So once you've selected all your posts, you just hit choose, and then it will literally upload them. You'll see here it's beautiful. It's really, really good if you've got loads and loads of posts, because it's a very quick way of getting posts in here on evergreen in Social Bee, so that you can upload them to Facebook. You see, all these images are beautiful here. Now you need to double check them, because I've got some posts that I used my old logo on, and I tried not to include any of those in these, but I did it before and there was a couple of posts in there that had my old logo. Well, that means you're using really old posts. Do you see what I mean? And you don't need to do that. So there's no point in that, because it just means that you're out of date, basically. You don't want that. So then once you've got all your images loaded, you've checked them all, you can then hit import. You can delete individual images if you don't want them in there later on. You can do that, so it's not a problem. You can still get rid of them, as it were. So just to recap on what I did, because I know there's quite a lot to take in. I went to content, I went to categories, and I created a category. I then went to the import media. Still on content tab, I went to the import media, and this is where you get the bulk import media. You can upload multiple images, up to 500 a time actually. I selected the profile I wanted to use for the images to be uploaded to, and then I selected the category that I created for that profile, which was this one. I then clicked on add photographs. I selected all the ones from my Mac, or you can do it via PC, that I wanted using the command key, and then I uploaded them. So I click, once I'd selected them on my Mac, I hit chose, all of them went up there, and then I clicked at import. So they've all gone into this system now, but I still need to schedule them in my scheduler so that they can go out 2 posts a day. So in the schedule, it's basically posting, schedule setup. This is a Facebook posting schedule setup, not the Twitter one, because Social Bee does Facebook and Twitter posting. And then I need to come down to the inspiration inspired page scheduler. So this is what it's looking like at the moment. Now, yesterday I basically put all those quotes into one category, which I use for all my pages. But the problem that I mentioned earlier with that is people are going to see the same posts probably on the same days for all my 14 pages, which is going to get a bit boring if someone follows all my pages. So I need to change that quotes and questions to specifically the ones I've created in this category. And then once I've done this, I'm going to shuffle those posts in that category. So this is all the inspiration side. So I've literally got to go around changing these now. I'm changing it from quotes, questions and fun for Facebook pages and Twitter to very specifically for inspiration inspired. So I have to do that with all my scheduler. Again, you just click in it. So, and I found clicking off it is the quickest way of getting it in there. So, you know, when you're doing individual times like this, you can do it every day like this. But if you want to use the scheduler that they've set up in Social Bee for you, then you know, you can do it individually. But if you wanted to do it, say every day, at 2200, it would most likely come up that you've already got something else scheduled in there, you see, because you've already got this scheduled. So you don't want to do that. You want to do this one, see? So say, for example, let me just give you an example. So say I typed in 12 every day, right? And I wanted that. So this, oh, not that. 2200 hours. Now if I've got something scheduled in there already, it would likely give me back that it's already got something scheduled. But let's see if it works, because I'm still learning Social Bee. There's a lot to learn. So let's see if it's done it. See, Sting, our bees found some items were not added. Something was already scheduled for your selected posting time. Do you see what I mean? You can't do it that way. So what I need to do is change this one, and I need to change it individually, but it doesn't take more than a few seconds. And once it's set up, this is it. Your schedule's pretty much set up for life. And you'll see on this day, there's 3 sets of those quotes posted, so not 2. And you can create this schedule yourself, or when you come to set up your scheduler, you can actually use the scheduler they give you. So they give you option to use their scheduler, suggested scheduler, which you can do, and then you can just fill it in or delete what you don't want. So you'll notice some of these have 3 quotes, but this is an inspiration page. So in this page, they like quotes more than anything else. And to be honest, what Social Bee does, it's quite clever. It works quite intuitively. So it will work and come up with the best times for posting to your specific page. Page expects more inspirational quotes. So it's quite good if you're putting more into it during the week, which obviously means, though, your pool of 100 posts or thereabouts, it's about 98, something like that, is going to go down a lot quicker, and repeats are going to come in more often. So see, these should all say inspiration inspired now, because I want them all from that specific category. Now, that's great. So the scheduler's all set up, but you'll remember that at the moment, because I've uploaded them in the same way I've uploaded to all my categories, the images, they're just going to be posted out in the same as the other page if I do not shuffle them. So I need to go back to my categories, content categories, and I need to search again for that category. So I'm going to go down to, where are we? I'm going to go down to try and find that Facebook category sharing to that page. So see, that's where it's just gone. It's 100 posts I've set up. It's on Evergreen, which is great, but I also want to change that to Inspiration Inspires Facebook to make sure that I know it's definitely Facebook page it's going to, not Twitter. So you can edit your category name again, just change it to Facebook. You just click on this shuffle feature and it's amazing. It just shuffles them all up. See? Shuffle. And it's just incredible. Do you see? Every single time you shuffle, they just go in a different order, which is great because you don't want them in the same order as all your other pages, because like I said, it's just going to get not good. It's good if you can spread them out. So you notice here I've got image with words, then I've got question, then I've got image with words, image with words. They love questions for interaction. So if you're not getting much interaction on your pages at the moment, you need questions in there. You need to be asking your audience questions that can keep them active and interested, because otherwise they're just like, okay, that's a picture, nice to look at, I agree with it, looks pretty, but they're not really involved in what you're doing. So it's a good idea to create questions. I love creating questions. Actually, I need to do more to keep them engaged more. You know, if you want to get them really engaged, start asking them questions every day. You know, just simple questions like, when was the last time something inspired you and what was it? Well, you know, just, it can be really, really basic stuff like, when was the last time you went out and what did you do? I know it's probably got nothing really to do with your business, but people like to be asked about themselves. And by asking them about themselves, you know, you can find out a lot about their interests as well, which is great for once you're wanting to sell something or promote something. So look at these two images. They're very the same. Actually, that's my own quote on the same image. So I don't really want these next to each other because it means that, you know, they'll be seeing similar thing. So I can just move that one to the bottom. So it's a good idea to check your posts, but once you've checked them, you know, see, I don't really want to keep getting question after question, because I'd rather have some images in between. So, because don't forget, if you ask your audience questions, you really need to then be going to your Facebook page to see the answers. So do bear in mind that once engagement goes up, you then got to follow through with that engagement and, you know, try and message them back or like what they've said, that type of thing, to show you care and you're not just randomly posting stuff for the sake of it. So it can be a lot of work. But yeah, I'm happy with that. You can also duplicate a post. So say I really love this question, right? What makes your day feel special today? Let's duplicate it, right? And so I've duplicated that now and it's gone at the top. Do you see what I mean? And then you have to approve it. If it's red and not approved, it won't go on Evergreen. So then you click approved. So that's a question that I can use for more than one day. So that's a really good question. It feels good just by asking the question, what makes your day feel special today? It makes them focus on the positive. And if they've had a bad day, they might want to say, well, nothing has. I've had a really bad day, but it gets it off their chest that they've had a bad day. You know, you should be being friends with your followers, not just a business person. You need to be a face to them, a friend to them, and be on their level. And, you know, I guess that's what I'm good at in that way. I kind of like don't really separate business with what I do, really. You know, I don't really separate business and friendship that much, in the sense that, you know, a lot of the people that follow me online and that see my stuff and that buy from me are people that are actually my friends and that I would talk to in everyday life. So yeah, maybe I'm just a bit different like that, but, you know, more and more times than not nowadays, you'll notice a lot of YouTube videos that are done by entrepreneurs. You'll see they're very, very raw in their cut. They do a lot of swirling around with the camera, like you can, you know, you really feel like you're being moved along, you know, you're in their camera, as it were, and you're watching them. So it's a lot more casual, conversational style that they're using to sell their products and services and to promote their freebies. So it's really good to make that type of conversation and connection with your audience. You know, these are questions I like to be asked myself. So I treat my audience and customers the way I'd like to be treated, you know, just like they're my friends and I care about them, which I do. Like I said, I don't really separate business and and what I do. It's all part of me, and my missions are all part of my life and who I am. So yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it made sense to you. I know it's a lot to take in. If you've got any questions, please post them in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe to this channel. It is a new channel, but I have been doing social media now since 2012, so a very, very long time. So I do know what I'm talking about. I do know what I'm doing. And I hope to have more videos out for you. If you like this type of video, let me know so I know what type of videos you want posting in the future. Until next time, embrace your quirky and each other's and live your purpose. See you soon. Bye bye.